to Player Hater Gaming. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and game master for tonight's episode. Typically, I would roll into announcements, but I'm going to give it just a half a second to make sure I get the thumbs up or head nods from audio being good. And until then, I'm just going to say hi and hope y'all are doing a good day today, having a good one so far. Halfway through the week, so hopefully you've made it. And I got thumbs up. Good to go. So, a little bit behind schedule tonight, but it's all right. We're going to roll through announcements and get into the story, because when you're playing D&D, it's all about sharing snacks, rolling dice, and telling a great story. And also trying to make your players cry. I mean, laugh. Yes, laugh. So, anyways.
It's okay. We'll save the crying for Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of dirty looks.
Yeah.
You can't see the dirty looks they're giving me, but they're giving me dirty looks. If you have not done so, do us a huge favor. Head over to our link tree and just click all the links and all the follow buttons and all the shares, because that's how we get the best exposure to get a larger community of incredible people to talk stories, share memes, and have a great time. And a great place you can do that to hang out with us directly is you can join our Discords. That's right, I said plural. Discords. We have the official Player Hater Gaming Discord. We can come, share those memes, talk life, and just have fun, do some D&D stuff here and there. But the big focus of D&D, if you really want a place to play, learn, whether it's being a new player, or maybe you want to step into the DM seat, you can do so at our West Marshes server under the Ashurma Land of Prosperity. It's an incredible Discord, great admins, GMs, quest lines, and a ton of fun. So you should go there and have fun. Of course, we have more things that we do besides just this. If you want to catch us on Saturday, you can catch us with PHG Plays, where those of us who are available get together and play whatever game of the week we want to play. Or we'll play a few things for a few weeks. Kind of depends what's trending and what's fun to cause as much inter-game chaos as possible. Whether it's
We're gonna
stealing
make
from each other,
drugs.
looting, making drugs, scavenging crash sites. Tons of things have been played. Tons of fun.
Finding out why we are a brain and a body.
Yeah, wondering why.
Questioning life
On
choices.
Sunday, you can watch
That's a normal
the
Tuesday thing, though.
trademark Fate Black scenes on our Sunday game as Nutmeg and Nyx go through their play of Baldur's Gate 3, and
Oh,
I'm going to start making a little clicker timer of how many times we fade to black, just like
Dude,
how many
the
times
clicker
you guys
will
have to
break.
get out
it maxes out and it goes
your-
back over to 1.
Y'all are starting a little later too this time, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
You are kicking it off at 4:30 Central Standard Time, because if you don't know, like me, because you're a bad person, maybe this is your reminder. Don't forget, y'all, Sunday is Mother's Day. So whether it's your birth mother, your chosen mother, whoever that may be, make sure you let them know that you love them and thanks for all they
You're welcome.
do.
It's also another PHE member's birthday this weekend.
Oh.
It is.
How dare you?
And there goes the outing oneself.
Yep, you just outed yourself.
We'll handle that later. Perhaps in game.
Ooh, shenanigans.
Yes. And then, of course, this Tuesday, we'll be PHE Plays with Rotrave going through his current horror game obsession, whatever it may be. Are you on a new one yet? Or are you still on, what's it called? What was the one you were playing?
The one I played last week, I won't be playing again. As
Okay.
I've been found, as the actual developer of that game jumped in and told me the version I was playing is no longer a approved version.
Oh,
Dang, yep.
sorry about that.
Yeah, that was funny to find out after the fact. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I had a good conversation with the guy though. Really nice dude.
Good, nice. I'm glad he was very kind about it. Well,
He was,
I won't ask
he was
for
more
spoilers.
surprised I was playing than anything.
I bet. Well, I won't ask for spoilers about what you're playing Tuesday. I'll just say if you love horror games and you want good reviews about them, or you want to see how they play firsthand, check them out on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Those out of the way, let's go ahead and dig into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as Post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dracix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. So, last week we had quite an episode. 2 of our players, their characters, as they have gone through various struggles, courted a bit, had some interesting experiences back and forth, finally able to deal with his loss and also accept the fact that it is okay. 2 of them decided it would be best for their future plans to get married. Doc presenting to Levikazan a well-made ring, as he also used a great use of hallucinatory terrain to turn the immediate area around them into a familiar sight of her homeland, Hosping.
It was very cute.
It was very cute. Also, it was brought to the full eye of the party that 2 of the vampires that had fled from the recent ambush they had been personally dispatched by Count Vosswood. Their fangs pulled and shipped to the party as perhaps an attempt to show face, save face, maybe show some intention. Translate it as they will. I'm not going to plant any ideas in their heads, just state the facts. Beyond that, we're getting closer to the ship being fully remodeled on the inside. I believe there's only one last task to handle outside of a few other things, so we'll get those knocked out quickly, as all of you are currently staying in one of the temples you have a bit of a relationship with. It's a calm night. All of you are awoken, not forcefully, but just by the sound of feet moving, individuals getting ready, kind of the morning rush of the temple. No one hits your bunks or force you to wake up, but just all of you kind of considering the lives you've led. I don't think anybody here is in this situation would be considered a heavy sleeper. Perhaps when you're safe on your ship or safe elsewhere, maybe some of you sleep a little heavier. But here, I would say, just in general, the tension is a little bit higher amongst all of you. Probably even your characters, but just throwing it out there, I almost feel like some of our beefier ones, would have probably pulled the cots a little closer.
And Red is for sure curled around her pack.
The biggest sounds like, yeah, actually.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
And yes, I forgot to do that. So congratulations, everybody gets max help dice.
Yay.
That's all, partially why I told him to do the quick announcement to distract him.
Less time to think.
Distraction.
To be fair, he went for a very long time remembering it. He did good.
He
did
did
very good.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But as all of you wake up, some of the individuals kind of see you. They just give a nod or a smile. No one seems to be hostile or even questioning why you're here. And I would say it would be within all of you to kind of realize if you're up here, it's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something I remembered, we do need to finish making the Validium, and
Yes.
go get that forged. Hopefully
Mhm.
before we can leave.
Sure
'Cause
hope so.
The person who most likely would be the one to forge it is still on this island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we do that today.
So you guys got a few things on your plate still before we can do any kind of, day merging or moving through the days quickly. So I'll just ask, as morning is coming up, we can easily kind of brush through the simplicities of life here at the temple. Breakfast is free. It's served to you. It's very basic, kind of this simple thickened oatmeal, small portion of smoked meat, and what looks to be perhaps a day-old bread.
Which is expected.
Yep.
Drac is eating it as if it's a 3-course meal at a Michelin star restaurant.
Red's really enjoying the meat of the meal.
Yeah.
Doc is nostalgic about the meal.
Nod's just hungry. She's just eating it.
I'm going to say that Red is also on high alert, and she's going to be looking for anyone that seems to be paying more attention to her than the rest of the party.
Looking around, you do notice one looks to be probably a younger male wearing very simple brown robes. Just kind of eyeing you guys. You're not sure if it's because he's curious or rude. you get a sense it's a little more curiosity because he probably doesn't see a lot of faces around here of people, especially coming in full gear, kitted out for the most part. And he's like looking like. Kind of catch Dewey looks down real fast and goes back to eating his food.
I feel like Zon would just like pull out a watermelon and just like crush it in front, just like.
Oh.
He just grabs his bowl, gets up, and walks away.
And like does it so nonchalantly as he stares at him too. It's just like
Mhm.
crunch.
Yeah, and
then
just,
slowly
like, eating
eats it. Yeah. It's like
just full on palm.
how to be a menace without trying to. Zon.
Just crack a watermelon.
Good.
Yep.
Facilitation, clean up the mess.
Mm-hmm.
It makes her
A
feel
little
a
bit.
little more comfortable that that even that one person is paying attention to the party in general instead of focusing in on her. She feels
Yes.
very insecure right now in this environment, and she'll feel much better when she's out on the cloud ocean.
Yes.
You guys get mostly through your breakfast before you see that familiar female ASMR approach. Just gives a smile. Good morning. I hope sleep was pleasant.
Wasn't enough.
Good Good to
that I
hear.
was able to get.
And her focus will kind of turn to Doc. Whenever you're ready.
Well, Doc, take the bag of holding, stand up. Good to go do it now. Sooner we get it over with, the better.
Certainly. Come with me.
Doc will follow.
Okay.
Uh,
And
Son,
they leave the
not
room.
letting. Zon goes with him,
Okay.
not letting him out of her sight. Nope.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So the three of you, she leads you downstairs and then into a basement, to which she already kind of puts you on high alert because you're like, there's not
Us.
a lot of underground area on these islands. But as it goes underground, I believe I got into this a little bit last time we went underneath, but I never got a chance to finish it. You notice the stonework shifts to a familiar set of stonework that both of you have seen before. There is two lines of like an arcane pulse down in the corners, just gently vroom, 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 leading down the hallway.
In my head now is just follow the lights in order to get to the exit. Two on the back, two on the front, two along the wings.
She leads you down this hallway, not super far, but you notice there are like, looking at where there are doors, you can tell they're an afterthought. They were not part of the original design.
Mhm.
So she does lead you to a set of larger metal doors, and there are two individuals on each side, and they kind of see you approaching, and they are fully armored.
Oh, wow.
Spear, shield, and holy symbols around their necks. And I mean like large by cloth and made of platinum holy symbols. They kind of look to you and they look to the female. If you would. And they both kind of nod, and as they turn around, they place their hands on it, and after a moment, the doors, you watch as the gears on the doors begin to turn, and they both open and disappear into the wall. Inside this room, as she leads you in, the moment all three of you pass, you hear the gears begin again, and the doors begin to close.
In Doc's head, he just hears, I don't like the feeling of this.
Inside this room is a 15-foot ceiling. It is wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling, covered in relics, weapons, armor, holy religious symbols. Some things are kept behind glass, and you can see where runes have been etched into them. Doc, give me an Arcana check.
Awesome. Minus 1. Minus 3 for 19.
19. You can't pick up the spells right away, but you definitely get a lot of familiar abjuration and sealing runes and magic.
Some stuff like non-detection.
It's a strong guess.
Doc will be familiar with non-detection since he kind of helped Eva attain a scroll for one and helped kind of became familiar with the spell itself through his research back below the clouds.
I would say you see elements of that, but it's just been either rewritten or rearranged to where you're not fully sure. But there is, in the middle, there is a large, like, U-shaped workbench with various implements on there to work with, craft, repair, pretty much the types of items you see in this vault. And she just walks over to it and kind of clears some space, kind of saying something under her breath, a little jokingly, just about one of the individuals not able to keep their head straight, but certainly have a messy workbench. She just kind of moves some things aside and then kind of pats the bench. If you would.
Doc would set the bag of holding on there, and do you have a cloth or anything I can use to grab them? I don't want to touch them with my hands.
Of course. And she grabs from like a small crate, just
Mhm.
it's just full of gloves. She just
Yeah.
grabs an extra glove and hands it to you.
Yeah, I'll put a glove over my glove and go in and grab them because I have living gloves. They don't look. I thought
Mm.
they just look like skin.
And now in my head, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
What is this table? All right.
What is this table?
That is the question I'm sure everyone has been asking ever since we started this game.
Table's been.
Mm.
Which item are you going to
Start with
first?
probably the axe would be the most prevalent on his mind as the most dangerous one.
Okay. I'm gonna go find who had the axe. Not you.
Because we got 3 sets of armor and 3 weapons to pull out: a dagger, great sword, and axe, and then 2 heavy armors and a light armor.
Must be you. Yep, there it is. All right, got the axe pulled up.
Mhm.
Set the axe down, and she kind of looks over it. Certainly nasty. And she begins to gather some materials. Typically, you do see. Go get the actual spell components. Let's have some fun here. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm glad I looked that up. This is not a cheap spell.
No.
You see, she grabs a bag that is well labeled, and it just says diamond dust on it. Has like the tag, and she brings it over and sets up a scale and starts kind of weighing a bit out. Puts a weight on the other side of the scale, weighs a bit more out. And Doc, since you are familiar with these kind of processes, you see she weighs out just over or right at about 100 gold's worth of diamond dust.
Mm.
She takes that, scoops it in her hand, and with her hands together, she begins to mutter in Celestial as she rubs her hands back and forth over the weapon. And as the dust falls, the weapon begins to glow.
Is it just like muttering of chanting holy scripture kind of thing? Because I speak celestial.
It's nothing profound. It's just what
Yeah.
you would expect. It's basically how do I put this? Like a prayer as a verbal somatic. Let's see. She has the strength of will to do this. Holy shit. She finishes up, and you watch as the weapon, the diamond dust, actually kind of floats down over the weapon and begins to coat it. And for a moment, the entire weapon is coated in this thin layer of diamond dust, almost as if it's turned, like it's crystallized. When she finishes speaking, you kind of see her lips kind of pressed together. There's a bit of her brow furrows. She looks to Yuzan and just smiles.
Oh,
I'm so glad you came with us. Could you come here, please?
You're muted.
Yes.
She hands you a hammer.
Oh,
I need you to strike this as hard as you can.
as hard as I can.
Yes, do not hold back.
Noted. She is going to rage.
Okay.
She asked for it. Not the whole thing.
Yup.
oh,
She did ask. And she will take the hammer and she will smack the shit out of it.
Okay. Need you to make because you would have advantage on this still, considering it's a strength check. So make
Yeah.
a strength check with advantage.
Alrighty. Don't fuck me, Gil. 24. Thank you. Thank you. Do I add a help dice?
yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
You. You
Yes.
have help dice.
Nah.
Really?
I have.
What?
I only
What if
have
the DC is 25?
Yeah, but what if I have to save somebody?
Then you have 2 other help dice.
Mm.
Use your help
Fine.
dice.
Fine. You're terrible. That's a
Right
1.
That's
Hey,
25.
It's 25. Oh
Okay.
boy.
As you rage, due to the nature of your rage, the head of the hammer, the metal part of it, transforms into that familiar, far-off, purplish constellation Dreamforge. You take the weapon, and as you strike down, for a moment, your eyes kind of glaze over with that same look, and for a moment, you don't see the physical weapon. You see within it the spirit of the demon that's been encased there, knowing what harm this thing has done to who knows how many lives. Wham! Crystal breaks. Only the axe is left behind.
Oh fuck yeah.
This once cursed weapon has now been divinely infused. Its themes of chitin and horns and teeth have been replaced with new platinum-like metals, a white ivory as the haft of the axe, and a bit of like gold spiraling down it.
Did I break it?
Thalia walks up, puts her hand on your bicep. No, dear. It's exactly as I needed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a very red thing to do. Just
Oh dear. You're fine. Yep.
That's good.
And you see she kind of picks it up. She struggles a bit because she's not the most strongest person, but she does pick it up. And do we hate to ask this? What were you going to do with these?
Well, I know some of my companions could probably use some of them, but I know a lot we probably can't really use. We have 3 sets of armor and 2 more weapons. This was just a more potent one out of the group.
I can see. Well then, until you know precisely what you will do with all this, I'll just keep again, apologize for this, but I'll keep a running tab.
How much would it be for this one?
Well, the ingredients are roughly between 100 and 120 gold, kind of depending upon who I buy it from. And then using this spell is not an easy task. It does leave me tapped for the rest of the day. So just one weapon, I would have to say, have my spell casting services in front of me. But if somebody could really quickly do me a favor and let me know what level spell is Greater Restoration. Is it fifth?
5.
5.
5th?
Yep.
Thank you.
Remove curse only being in 3rd.
Yep.
Where is it? Open sesame. Give me my spell scrolls.
Would be a rare.
Yep, got it. A total cost for just one item would be about 1,600 gold.
Donka looked as on. Look how she's looking at the axe. Reach into the bag of holding and pull
No.
up.
No.
hmm
I'm okay. This
This is a benefit to the group.
It's his wedding gift. You can't deny it.
I know, right?
That's
Gotta
him.
got to know.
Plus, I'm sure one of the armors Drakix will love to use.
Sure.
The dagger, I'm not too sure who would want it.
I mean, how much she'll look to? Sorry, what's her name? I didn't write it down.
Thalia?
Thalia.
THA apostrophe LEIA.
Leia. Okay, Thalia.
Yes.
How much might this, as it is now, be worth it to you?
As it is now, I probably wouldn't sell this kind of a thing. I would keep it here for a rainy day, one would say.
And say it were to be donated, would that cover the cost?
Most definitely.
Could it potentially cover the cost of another item as well?
Well, if the same item is of same intensity of the curse, it would be probably not.
Okay. We'll think about it.
Of course.
Do we want to leave the other items with you here, or how do you feel about that, Doc?
Well,
Get them
here
out
it's
of our
probably
hands?
more secure than someone
Yeah.
pulling him out of our bag.
Probably. Would you mind?
Just checking something real quick.
Yes.
He's not sure if he minds yet because he has to check the thing out first.
No, I'm just checking to see. Checking the character table for clerics.
Ah.
Come on, move faster. Yeah. Now that I have my answer, what was your question?
Can we leave
we-
the rest?
yeah.
I'll go take the rest of them out of the bag and leave them here for safekeeping until a decision can be made.
Yes. We have measures to keep such items as they are and uncleansed.
Doc will begin to take them out of the bag.
Son will put on a pair of gloves and then help move them. Make sure to put on the
You can see
gloves.
she is beginning to kind of pull off of a drawer. She opens it up and begins to remove what looks to be talismans of some sort, parchment talismans.
I don't see the third piece of armor or list of items we collected, but we have a Shadowfang dagger, an Infernal half plate, the Bloodforged plate armor, and the Bloodforged greatsword, because we've already pulled out the Crimson Cleaver great axe.
Yep, gotcha. She finds you a table off to the side and affixes a talisman to each of them. And you can see she kind of starts writing on some paper, just big bold letters, "Do not touch." She just sticks
No,
it to a nail at the
Do
edge
not
of the
listen.
table.
Do not listen to them either.
Yeah. With that,
Well.
she will lead you out
Mhm.
and take you back and She doesn't take you all the way back. She leads you back to the main floor and then lets you use your own devices. The rest of you, is there anything you have been up to aside from just wrapping up breakfast and hanging out in the sleeping area?
Red's trying to not act like she's watching everyone while also watching everyone.
Okay.
But that's it. That's all she needs to do at the moment.
Gotcha. Jack,
No, Drax not doing anything.
Okay. Eva, you up to anything particular?
Not really.
Okay.
Probably making sure Cass doesn't run around and destroy the place.
Let's say probably after about 30, 40 minutes, your companions join you.
Well, we managed to get one of the items cleansed, and we can just pay for the cleansing for each of the items and keep them for ourselves.
They do look pretty when they're cleansed.
We cleansed the great axe that had possessed me, and price would come around to 1,600 gold. And Doc
How
looks Drax.
long will it take her to cleanse them all?
Well, taps are out for the day, for one.
Right.
So, but given the weapons, only a couple of us can even utilize them in the first place. Same thing with the armor. Just look again to Dragix. You would be the best candidate for the armor. Do you prefer plate armor or half plate?
He's thinking about it. He is, honestly. He's just like,
And the other weapon would just be the great sword and dagger. And as far as the dagger goes, I don't think any of us can really utilize it to its fullest.
Probably not.
technically anybody could use a dagger, but he thinks about it for a moment and just takes a slow deep breath and just, if there is one item that we were going to get, while I know that Zon is partial to the axe, especially after it did its little neat control dock trick,
Yeah.
I would be more interested in that plate armor.
The option of taking both is available to us, and we can donate the rest.
Yeah, the rest of it they can use, considering what they have. And he kind of just like trails off. He's just like, we're not in a secure place to talk about this stuff. So he just stops.
Then we simply can just pay for the 2 items and then donate the rest.
That works.
That donating of the other items might also lower the cost of one of the purchases, potentially.
Probably.
So, we can negotiate that.
Yeah.
How many days do they have left at this point?
3 days.
3 days, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Not including today. So we have 4 days. The ship is ready on the 28th. It's currently the 25th.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'll inform our patron to the deal. And would you mind if I just go ahead and pay for it now, Dragix? I know she won't be able to cleanse the armor. She won't be able to cleanse the armor until tomorrow, but we can at least have it prepaid for it. Okay. Doc will go find our friend, our Azmar friend.
Yep.
And inform her of what we have decided. and we'll take the money out of the bag and hand it to her.
So you're going to buy how many of the items?
We're gonna buy 2.
2 of them. Okay.
So that's 320 gold, right? That's 160 each.
No, 1,600.
Oh, listen, I'm making sure. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be
Where's
spending
bag?
3,200.
Yes.
Doc knows you have that much because he gave you that bunch. He gave you more than that back at one point.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to write down what you're taking. You're taking what again?
The great axe
Mm-hmm.
and the plate armor.
Okay. She thanks you for your donation, and she has let you know that she is able to do 2 items a day.
Good.
We'll have it done by today then.
She's gonna do the plate armor first, so it's done, and you guys are able to move as you freely as you wish. This way, she can work on the other ones at her leisure.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Who the hell wore the plate armor?
I want to say it was a great sword guy.
Was it
I think-
guy?
Because
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
We
been a
never-
while.
We never really looked at their armor
No.
or their bodies in the process to know, like, oh, this one wore that one. We just saw a deceased body and just took all their stuff off of them.
Yeah, because I thought the great sword guy had the plate armor, and then
I thought so too, but
Yeah.
maybe we're wrong. Who knows?
No, I found it.
Okay.
I just had to get the name of it so I can find the name in my
Oh,
notes.
I
Oh,
just told you the name because we have it written down apparently.
yeah, we had the name written down. We pretty much have like almost all of the stats for it written down too.
It was the only one I made a check for the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also true.
All right. Well, as I search for that in my notes, so I can start converting it over to a divine version, if she makes her roll.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
Walk on the Validium, I guess.
Okay.
Red will
Drac
also
off
be
the hell?
cornering Doc at some point to learn more Nosh.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Do you just kind of do that awkward thing where he tries to step past you, you step in front of him?
Yep.
You go the other way, you go the other way.
Do you need something, Red?
Right. So, you know how it's probably a good idea for us all to share a language aside from common?
That most people can't speak, yes.
Right. Yes. Perhaps more Nosh lessons at some point.
I am more than capable of teaching everyone here Nosh. We just have not had the time to do it lately.
Right. Well, we
Now we
find
do.
ourselves convalescing, so
Yes,
now
I can do
seems
some
to be the
lessons.
time.
Drac mildly gives her a side eye, wonders who the hell is this? Where's Red?
She glowers at him.
He goes,
He
oh, okay.
wants something from
sorry."
Doc.
Yeah, I can do a few hours of Nosh lessons a day.
But Drac is going to offer to help them with the Validium.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
Plan to meet the requirements that have been laid out before you for this item.
considering they probably told him about the needing to be in between, Drac is going to help by using the wheel of storm and infusing the energy of the lightning into the Validium, but also changing in the process to radiant and back to kind of act like a small bridge in between like everything they're doing. Because that's the only thing he has that can go in, like can change and be in between two things. So.
Okay. I would imagine you would probably first pick a location to
Yeah, a private
do
location.
such an expression of a ritual.
Yeah, for not to be disturbed or have a portal that we're going to open up, disturb anyone.
I would say you would probably the best bet would be to head back out to the coast and head north to close to the spot where you were yesterday, Doc.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty secluded, so it's fair.
Pretty secluded.
And
So
we
you
can all
drag Drakix, you drag Eva. Anybody else coming along with this? It's gonna be
Zon.
a full party event or just some
Pretty sure, yeah.
full party event. Okay.
Zon will stay back with Cass.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's a switch from not letting Doc out of your sight.
Well, he also has like pretty much the rest of the party with him, so
and it's only 2 casts
Yeah.
dimension door to get back to her.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. So you head north up the coast. You find that secluded area, or maybe not as far, but you do find a place that is generally free of population. Set up for a ritual. Drakix is going to bring forth lightning and divine as basically the battery to this ritual. Doc, Eva, what are you two doing?
I'm going to use tools to assist in the tuning of this, with via Tinker tools and be using arcane methods.
Okay.
Kind of like a tuning fork in a sense.
Okay. I will say, anyone, even if I haven't named you, like first is Red, if you want to jump in on this in some way, just let me know what you were going to bring to the table, and I'll factor that into the difficulty.
I mean, it's from her tree, so she's gonna. I don't even know.
This is the
Can
metal.
she
This
incite
isn't
the
the.
branch?
This isn't the branch yet. We are working.
It
on
isn't the
metal.
branch yet. Oh, it's the metal. Cool.
Yeah.
Never mind. She's there for cheerleader. That's what
Okay.
You're there to be the flame that melts the metal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She could actually do that if it's.
You could, because
She doesn't know.
it's a crystal in its current form. It is
Oh.
like a cluster of crystals.
Okay. Yes. Well, she will be the fire. that
Literal
heats the metal.
inferno.
Yes.
Eva?
I don't know how to phrase this the way I want to say it, so I'll let you figure it out.
What's your end goal?
She wants to bring like the sense of like purpose, if that makes sense. She can't do shit else, so.
Guidance.
Well, there is
Yeah.
something you could do, but you're gonna have to figure that out.
Oh.
I don't want to give you the answer, but I can to me at least.
I mean, I feel like if Doc thought of it, he would ask her to do it. To be fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Since you're the one most connected to the boundaries of in between than anyone else here, you can channel that into the Validium through your clerical side.
I can try. The last time I tried to do that, it didn't go very well. But sure. I can give it a shot.
Are you going to open a door?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that is the best chance at bridging the two purposes, the two
Oh,
planes even.
wait, I had a random thought.
You're welcome to it.
What happens if you just open a door inside of the crystal? Technically,
Well, it has to
here
be a
and there.
threshold, so we'd have to be able to fit in it somehow.
Oh, then never mind. Forget it. My bad.
All right. As you begin to open a threshold, Eva, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save?
Yes.
Okay.
You get a
Roll it.
+4.
I'm not looking at the current virtual tabletop, so roll it and keep it to yourself. Red,
Yes,
you are bringing forth the flame.
I am.
I'm guessing you're bringing forth your phoenix flame.
Yes, I am.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Drakix, you're bringing the strength of your oath. Like the other two, you're a charisma-based caster. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Doc,
Hmm?
you're bringing forth the intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Make an intelligence saving throw. Okay? When you have your numbers, just give me a little thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
I was waiting for it. Mike, throw the Mario on camera.
I'm gonna go around the table here and get your numbers real quick. Drakix,
18 total?
Red,
I had a +4, right?
Yes.
25.
Eva,
21.
Doc.
34 with a nat 20.
What?
Jesus.
34 with a nat 20.
I don't need dice anymore. With your combined totals, you have a 98% chance for this to work. There's no need to roll dice. Drakix, you kind of... Eva, you focus forward, and Drakix, you just take your left hand, you set it on her shoulder, and you find a way to very calmly, as someone who is oathed the storm, bring that divine power forward. And you found a way to make a little battery for Eva to pull on. So down her right side, down her arm, lightning begins to dance. Red, you walk to her left, and you set your hand on her shoulder. You bring forth that divine essence of the phoenix. Eva, down your left hand, a flame spirals as you move it forward. Doc, you have your tools ready. You have mage hand, correct?
No.
You broke up on me, what?
No.
You do not. That's fine. You kind of take your tools, and you're seeing this happen. You actually step forward, you turn around, and you face Eva, and kind of twirling the tools through your fingers, you make the shape of a threshold with your hands, like a circle, basically. And Eva, you launch this beam of energy at Doctor. Catches it, and through his ability to shape magic through various calculations and the geometry of magic and glyphs, he shapes the doorway. And before you is a doorway of 3 pillars. Pillar of lightning, pillar of fire and a pillar of pure arcane knowledge. The space in between fills with that familiar purplish void. Do you step through?
Yes.
You step through. Does anybody follow her?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you all step through, because this has been so purposeful and so honed, there's this sense of earned direction. As you realize you're still standing on the same island. But this island is made of dirt. It's not made from the typical material you see in this space. You are surrounded by dirt, trees, grasslands, almost the same island you're on. But in the skies beyond is that familiar purple haze. And also, above, you watch as a dim purplish sun is slowly being covered by a black sphere.
So we're getting eclipse in the dream world.
Mhm.
Was there one happening as we were doing this? And
There was not.
okay,
But we know that there was a necessity for one to forge the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
We've been given one.
Yep.
Doc
You've
would try to
given
begin
nothing.
the process.
You have forced it, willed it in a place that thrives on the will of the strong. When four wills come together to make one singular purpose, it is hard to deny.
Doc would take the validity and begin the infusing process.
You remove the crystal in its clustered form, and you just hold it up. From the pillars of the threshold, a bolt of lightning makes a singular, continuous.
Before anything else, Jack was
Yeah.
You're
definitely
all
needed for
pushed
this.
back 5 feet. The crystal's knocked out of your hand, Doc, but none of you fall prone or take any damage. But as the crystal falls, you watch as for a moment it turns into this odd liquefied raindrop, as if the sheer heat and the pressure of the magic has transformed the properties of this crystal momentarily into liquid. As it's falling, what do you do?
It's liquid, right?
Currently appears to be. It is falling.
Don't have anything to catch it, technically speaking.
Your hat?
So, okay, it's less that I don't have anything to catch it with. It's more
Okay.
I don't have a way of manipulating it.
What do you got?
Does Red has a staff, right?
Do I? Hold on.
You're in
Yes.
the dream realm. You can manipulate whatever the fuck you want.
No.
Well,
He's
the-
Red. Drac, not thinking. This is instinct at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the staff. I need this.
Mm-hmm.
In essence, almost ripping it out of her hand and using the end of it
Mhm.
to actually have the drop land on it, and also spins it in order to kind of get it to really sit at the end of the
Okay, so
the
kinda
staff
like
in order
glass blower
to
wood.
almost make it a spear without making it
Right.
the
Okay,
full spear yet.
I have a way to help Drakus with that.
What do you do?
I can cast Elementalism. It's a cantrip.
Mhm.
It allows me to control the four elements basically.
Okay.
And I was going to can I use it to help him shape the liquid around the staff, basically, almost help him do what he wants to do, so it can harden
What
around
are
it.
you trying to interact with? The liquid?
The
You got
liquid.
it. Eva?
Sorry, I'm munching.
You're good.
It's okay.
It has just to clarify, Elementum has a ability called Sculpt Element. You can cause sand, dirt, fire, smoke, mist, or water that can fit into 1 foot cube to assume a crude shape.
Okay.
For an hour.
I have a dumb idea, and I don't know if it'll work.
Go for
It's
it.
okay. I'm ready to use the dumb
Do it.
idea.
She has roll at them psychic lance, so she wants to use the spell to create an impression of the spear over the staff to sort of like shape it.
Like a mold.
Kind of.
Oh, almost as if like trying to think like the staff still has a mind, and trying to tell it like, hey, this is the form you want to take, and for it to
Kind
do
of.
it.
Okay.
But it's an
I already know what Red's
offensive
doing.
spell, so it's a little weird in that case.
Give me a spell casting check.
Ooh.
Okay, 1 second. That is this. Plus 5, plus Dracix is 4, 16?
You would not get his plus
And-
4 in this.
The 4's on saves.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm
This
gonna
is a
put
check.
my d4 on it then. I'll burn one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 13 then.
13? Okay. Realizing you're unable to interact with this strange material component, Doctor, I would say that you instead shift to the wind and you basically use like how a glass blower would use pressurized air to help shape it. As you do this, you do find yourself struggling a bit to really kind of picture how it should look. And as you're just thinking, God, I wish I had a diagram, you watch as a arcane diagram of the tip of a spear kind of emulates over this shape just enough for you to shape it.
All right. I will definitely try to follow that brief glimpse of a shape.
I will say you are able to roughly get a little bulbous looking, but mostly kind of looks like a spearhead, but it is affixed. And it does cool rapidly.
Control flames to make sure that the staff doesn't catch on fire.
Okay.
The staff that was the nest of a phoenix,
Well,
grew up
fair,
with
okay.
it.
But yeah, but you saw what happened when she put fire on it before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There seems to be a
Started-
difference between fire brought forth from a magical means and just raw heat being applied.
Yeah.
You don't notice any burning or scoring of the wood.
Okay. All right.
But I will say you
Um,
have successfully imbued the material. You have the wood, but it will need some kind of aftermarket working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Fair.
got a guy. We got a guy for that.
We got a guy. We got a guy.
Look, at least we have the form of a spear.
Mhm.
We're just waiting to push it that extra little bit. That's all. So in essence, he doesn't need to work the metal into the proper form itself or anything. Now it's just him infusing it with what he needs to, and just, in essence, just cleaning it up.
Mhm.
Now's the hard part, really. But yeah. But when it's done, he's going to hand it back over to Red and be like, "So sorry, but this is yours."
You know, I like you.
Yes, I know. On the scale of everything, I'm pretty sure like I'm almost dead last, but it's good to know that I'm
Yeah.
still up there.
No.
And I only meant referring to this crew.
Right. No. Also no.
He once again looks at her. Who is this woman before him? This is not Red. What the hell?
I make it a point not to rank them, so they think they're all in danger of falling off.
Well,
He gently puts his hands back of a hand to her forehead. He's just like, want to make sure.
I'll say my question is, do y'all linger here or do you immediately leave?
I think once we're done, we'll leave.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely at the back of the group, though.
If you're not leaving, Eva's definitely leaving. She ain't staying here longer than she has to.
Oh, she's making sure everybody gets out, okay?
Red,
Yes.
as you are the last out, you look to your left, further inland. You can see the shape of this particular island is a bit different, but it has retained its physicality. And you see an elven male in flesh and blood looking at you, perplexed.
Right in front of her.
Was that?
Who is right in front of her?
Who would have gone through the doorway right before Red?
Drac would probably linger a little bit just to make sure that she comes out.
So Eva goes through, Doc goes through,
Mhm.
Dracus goes through. You're about to walk through. You're just taking one kind of cursory glance, and you see this individual.
At the same time as she's looking at this guy, she pokes Drac in the back with the staff. And is the elf close enough for a message?
Easily,
Or no?
yes.
Okay. So she's not even going to subtle cast it. She's sending him a message. Who are you? Are you stuck here? What's going on? Why are you?
Drac just leans back and slowly turns and looks at her like,
He
what?
kind of looks at you a bit, still a bit perplexed. I live here?
Thought we're in the dream realm? You live in the dream realm.
Yes. How did
I
you
did not-
get here?
Talent.
My.
Are there a lot
Once
of
again,
elves
Drac's
living
head is just like
here?
Yeah.
in. He's like, huh? Looking at
I want-
her,
I-
doesn't know about the other guy.
I do want to
No,
point out
it's good.
message is audible. People around you.
Well, It's
So Jack is
awful, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but Jackus would be able to hear what you're saying. So I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, he's just like,
She's kind of
Who are you
gesturing
tro-
to Drakex
Oh.
and pointing.
and on the other side, they actually see Drank's body slowly turn. Well, utter like they could tell, like from the his shoulders are just like, huh? And he takes a step back into the portal.
There are lots of elves here, or are you the only one?
No, there's plenty. And he begins to approach.
I thought the ones I've come across were really
meaning
right.
The captured.
Right, exactly. There are some that are not.
Yes, not all of us. Some of us had a bit of talent for escaping and realizing the runes weren't quite what was going to bring us home to the Feywild, so we altered our course a bit and shunted ourselves here.
She calls
Pretty
out.
smart.
Eva, dear, come here. You're going to want to see this.
You stick your head through the portal?
Yes.
More like Drank's tail is just like flicking as if like saying like, come here.
Come in.
Here now.
Doc's curious at this point. These see it on the active slate normally.
Okay.
She will switch to Elvish.
Okay.
Well, no. Yeah, no.
Drak is just gonna be there like blank face, just like
Yeah.
And Doc
I
will get
don't
every other word.
understand the wishy-washy.
Yeah. Do you need a way out?
No, this place is great.
Right. Let me just ask you a little question then.
I
Were you
can ask-
aware?
All the questions you
Of-
want.
What
Ask
did
all
you
the
say? I
questions
didn't
you
catch it.
You can ask all the
So
questions
you can ask all the
want.
questions you want.
Right. Were you aware of everything that was going on with, the djinn and the dragon and the phoenix?
I mean, we knew there was a barrier being erected. We just didn't know what exactly they were going to use. But it sounds by your voice, they found their power source.
Right, an unwitting power source, correct.
Oh no, terrible humans doing terrible things. Tell me more of this story.
All right, touche. There seem to have also been elves involved. Or at least one,
Many
certainly.
of us, yes. Many of us were.
She's gonna look back at the other three people and be like, do we have any other questions? I mean, I'm sure you do, Eva. Probably.
I mean, yeah, but who, when, how did you do this? We
Well.
thought you all, just poof.
I mean, technically they did. This is poof.
I wondered what stories they would spin in our absence. Of course, I understand lifting an island isn't easy for mortal minds to comprehend. If they had just listened to us, we could have done it. Sure, there would have been more casualties, but at least we would have still been present.
Right.
So does that make you
What brings
immortal
you
here?
here? It's not often we see someone with the ability to cross the threshold. This is
We're
most
solving
intriguing.
a problem.
No, we're murdering people. That's exactly.
Oh,
That's how you solve some problems, to be fair.
You chop off the head, solves a lot of problems.
Or just light them on fire.
It just so happens
seems
people
few
were trying to.
things have changed with humanity's mindset.
Well, the target of,
No.
of the option, our objective is a vampire lord and a entity that can kill gods. So,
Right.
And he killed a friend of ours, so therefore.
and me.
And yeah,
Right.
You
And,
seem
you know,
surprisingly
has-
spry for the dead.
Undead.
You can thank the goddess of life for that. She sent me back.
Hmm. Well,
Sorry, there's more of you here?
yes.
How many more?
Couple of hundred.
Certainly good news.
I mean, certainly we're drifting in the sea of dreams here, but at least we're moving.
Right. Better than the fractured. Ugh.
Well, the ones in those coffins are still alive, technically speaking.
But
We just gotta
really,
find a way.
are they though?
They are.
That's not a living existence.
You're
It is
not
not.
wrong. You're not wrong.
We've seen them. I've talked to them.
Right.
And we've been trying to figure out a way of replacing them with something else so they can be
Battery.
freed.
Right. Nothing deserves to be locked away and siphoned for whatever energy or abilities or whatever. There's another way, and we will find it.
Good. So I'm guessing you're not staying.
In the dream realm, certainly not. We can't solve all our problems here.
Pity.
Well, we
Why?
could solve a few problems here, but also we're hunted whenever we're in the dream realm. So
Yeah, the
better
Empire
not
Lord
do
can
that.
travel here, so
I'd imagine the king of the Violet Manor.
Yes.
We've seen it around. He has a respectable distance to us.
Good.
Good to know.
Why is it a pity that we're not staying?
It's not often one's gifted with the ability to walk between material and dream is found.
Eh?
Hoping to
Yeah.
learn more about this. We ourselves cannot cross back over.
Even with the
I'd
portal?
Yes, this is. And he approaches the portal. This is quite intriguing.
She's inciting the shit out of this mother.
Yeah.
So you know.
Can Drac also?
Make an insight
Okay.
check.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
Before I get those results, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break so we can run some ads, use the restroom, and get some snacks. So we're going to run some ads, y'all. We're going to have some snacks. This way you don't get pre-roll ads, and we'll see you when they're done. So. Oh,
I can talk now. Holy fucking shit, bud. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry.
those
Did I
D4s
start?
are not rolling well.
Ugh,
No.
yeah,
for
they're
none
not.
of us.
Oh gosh. Oh.
It's okay.
I can't move my arm and it's fallen asleep.
You can't.
You can move your arm, and he can find a new place.
I see it.
No.
It's-
The
it's
law.
literally asleep.
The law
And-
is the moment
I-
the cat has
yeah,
taken a
yeah.
rest, you are not allowed to move.
Exactly. And then Ares underneath him.
Oh, so it's
So,
both of them. Yeah.
It's both
no,
of them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurts. Y'all, I can't believe I'm missing this.
It's your fault.
Ah,
I asked.
I know.
It's your fault.
Somebody
said I
has to watch
stay.
over Cass.
Yep.
She's stayed here before.
she's at
I
the
know.
safest place on the island.
Yeah.
We also just gave them all the creepy fucking artifacts or treasures. And, you know, yeah. No. It's fine. It's fine. Ow.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I
don't know
love
what you're
that
talking
Zahn's perception of this, by the way, is that we go into this threshold, we come back out for 2 seconds and walk right back in.
She's at the
Yeah.
temple.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, she didn't come with us.
She's
stayed
not
at the
even
temple
there.
herself.
Oh, I thought you'd come with us. I misheard.
No.
Because
that,
if
my
she
bad.
saw us like step out and walk back in, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
she would have been like, "What the hell?" and would have walked in with us,
Yep.
Ow.
and then probably get mad at us because of the fact
I'm
like, "What the
above your
hell's
head.
wrong with you all?"
All right, move your
Mhm.
fingers. Move your fingers. Get some blood flowing.
Yep.
Some blood
Yep.
flowing.
We're doing
Yep,
that.
right there.
Shake the arm. Shake the arm.
Do what I call your Walmart exercises. You know the.
Walmart
Yeah.
exercise.
Biggie.
uh,
Hi. Hello, child. Oh, wait. Cat stretch.
cat stretch. Cat stretch.
Cat stretch. Oh, he's turning
Aw,
1
yeah.
year old on Saturday.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's cute.
He's
So do we sing happy birthday now or later? What's the protocol for that?
later.
How does that go?
We'll bring him up on stream
Okay.
on Saturday. Because I'm not a crazy cat lady. Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, for the other birthday.
Yeah,
No.
the human birthday.
human birthday. When is said birthday? Which date?
Friday.
I know. Friday. Done.
Making a note
And
of this and
also,
putting it in
it
my phone.
doesn't really matter to me if you do it now or later, but for continuity's sake, probably later.
I'll just send you a voice message through Discord on Friday of me singing happy birthday.
Yeah.
And a one, and a two, and a one, two. Goodness. Gotta sit up and breathe better. I shouldn't be yawning this much at this early in the night.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like that sometimes, though.
Do be like that sometimes. I think we're good. Ads look like they're done? Question mark?
I think so.
Sweet. All right. What are those rolls?
I got an 18.
All right.
Doc got a 21.
All right.
Red got a 17.
Okay. This individual seems curious. You don't believe them to be malicious, but is certainly no one here's ever been an elf.
I have.
Not for this long, anyways.
And Red's extra paranoid right now.
Extra paranoid.
Technically speaking, he is the third elf the party has met, but the fourth elf Doc has met.
I mean, fair.
He currently is studying the portal. Who constructed this? As he kind of like walks around it.
I mean, he goes by the name of the Grey King. Sure, if you're familiar with him, kind of a powerful god dude.
Familiar with the moniker. So none of you are responsible for this.
Technically,
mean,
we helped.
Right.
I don't even know kind of all of what happened because it's kind of a joint effort for this one.
This specific one,
I
certainly.
see.
And it's certainly not permanent. It is a temporary portal.
Right.
Yes, I can see is diminishing slightly.
Probably it's diminishing a little faster than normal due to us siphoning some of its power to infuse some validium.
Can you do it again?
Make
Not
another
today.
portal.
I see. This is an interesting development for certain.
Do
Are you only
have
on-
any? Do you have anything from here, like a trinket or I don't know, something that's been here a while?
Not on me. I was just enjoying a walk.
You said there are hundreds of other elves here. Are they only on this island, or are they on any of the
Yes.
other islands? Okay.
This is the only island we're aware of. There are other structures out there, but none of our building. There's
Right.
also the intrusions.
Yes, a lot of those in Wingata become familiar with taking Dream Realm and using it as more of an external space of storage and living.
Right.
That only
and it
the rich
is
can
a
produce them.
hassle to dodge through their little pockets of knife cuts.
I would
Right.
imagine so.
Do they like bother you or hurt you in any way? The
Of course
pockets.
Right, good.
It's just you don't exactly want to run into one of these things with. He just gestures broadly to the island.
Mhm. Well, you would be the fourth elf I've met.
Interesting. Others on the
Two,
material.
well, two of them are in our material plane. One of which was there during the things.
Right.
Interesting.
Currently resides on an island just below the clouds.
What do they call him? Flamekeeper?
Yes.
Well, I imagine you should be getting back.
Right.
Please do return if you have the opportunity. I'll make sure to swing by here a little more often.
Of course.
We'll do that. See you later then.
Farewell.
Oh, what's your name? Just out of curiosity's
My
sake.
name is Elas.
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 You can call me Red. And she's gonna start walking towards the portal.
Okay.
Like, I'm known as the doctor.
Jack just says, "Pleasure to meet you," and walks right out.
Whole name, okay.
Interesting choice of name, Doc.
Or my profession.
Eva?
Eva just follows Drakic. She doesn't say anything. She is in shock.
Okay. Doc.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no!
27?
What was that?
Okay.
27?
27? Okay. Just as you leave, you feel some kind of pressure on your mind attempting to intrude. Not possess or persuade, but probe. And then it leaves as soon as you break the threshold.
Would Doc be familiar with it? Given a
Does
certain
Red
party
have it?
members.
Oh.
You've been around Red when she's cast
Yeah.
this, so yes, you are aware of this spell.
Doc
And
just looked
technically,
back.
I thought if you passed the save, you know who cast it
You did.
and who's trying to. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc just looks back to him and gives him the, well, that was rude look as the portal closes.
He's just smiling.
Drac was idly holding his rapier, semi-drawn, ready to just on the other side. If he saw this guy come through, no hesitation, was gonna strike him down.
That's
And
all,
when he
the
sees
last
Doc,
few leaves.
I was gonna say Eva can close it as soon as Doc comes through.
Yeah.
Was weird. Alright, let's go.
That felt like a thread at the end.
It was.
Okay.
Great, lovely, wonderful. That's just what we need. More people gunning for us.
Well, I wouldn't say he's gunning for us. It's more he wanted to use us for his own good.
Like everyone else.
It's alright, I'll add him into the, and you just see him pull out his small notebook, and it just says, people who probably want my head, and he flips through like 20 pages, and now just puts an Ellis.
I didn't get the impression that he was going to hurt us or kill us. It's more he wanted to use us and manipulate us, that's all.
Okay, and then
Right.
parentheses puts it, probably wants to use us.
Certainly doesn't get to know everything.
At least he's a lesser evil compared to what else we deal with.
That's
Is
fair.
he though?
Mm,
We don't know
He
yet.
points at Ava, it's like,
I can always ask the Flamekeeper if he knows an Ellis.
well,
probably a common name, unfortunately.
couldn't you? And he kind of like looks at him, just like do the thing for the, and he's kind of to imply legend lore, but he doesn't understand like what it really entails.
Oh, you mean that? I could, but I don't think it would work on him. No offense to the man, but it didn't seem like he's a legendary figure.
Well, we don't know. Possible.
If he was, I feel like there would be something about an elven man like him.
Well, think about it. Flamekeeper doesn't really give the impression of somebody important beyond
Well-
what he does, and yet he is.
You're not
Oh.
wrong entirely.
In all honesty, the worst thing we do is we lose one chance at it.
I would have to do it tomorrow anyways. I did not prepare
Yep.
it today.
Right.
No worries. I just
It is,
We'll put the thing in the bag.
yes.
Right.
Drac is, as he's been talking, has gently taken
Oh.
the spear now and just been slowly pushing it into the bag of holding the entire time. So by the time she realizes, it's just the tip. He's just like going like this, like. "Eh."
Drakex, I believe you have the sending stone for Zahn, right?
Yes.
Would you mind contacting her through it and asking her to meet us at the smithy that me and her found? The one to
And
forge
immediately,
here?
Zahn just feels.
The eye stone.
Does
I believe how
Zahn
it works
recognize
is
it?
when you speak through it, it just starts working.
Yeah, he immediately is just. At first, like you feel the vibration, then all of a sudden, hey Zahn, we're going to head over to the smithy that you and Doc found. Meet us over there. We'll see you soon.
Hey.
And then we don't hear anything at all because apparently she has it upside down.
Right.
Excuse me.
It's funny the fact that
She has her own sending stone. Thank you very much.
The fact of the matter is, like, there was no words coming out as your lips were moving.
She was more just flabbergasted. She's just like, okay.
Okay, that's 4.
She wasn't saying that.
All of a sudden, we just get cast. Wait, where are they going? Who's the smithy?
No, you're gonna stay here.
Do you respond?
She's gonna activate the stone.
Okay.
Okay. Glad to see you all are alive. I'll head there, I guess, and leave Cass here. And you won't be able to respond with anything you need. I'll see you there.
It cuts
Halfway
off in
through
the
your
middle of
sentence,
that.
you watch the
Yeah.
stone just dims.
Oh, okay.
Drac just held it out so everybody could hear it. And he just goes, okay.
Right.
Puts it away.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's
You
go.
pass in the care of the temple.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you taking her with you, or you leaving her
Mhm.
there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you leave her in the care of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I
Yeah.
said, and then you questioned me.
Her ears were full of potato chip crunch.
They
so-
were.
Chew.
They were.
What kind of potato chips are you having?
I am having. Y'all are gonna laugh at me for this.
Oh,
Crème
God.
sur et l'oignon.
Oh yeah.
Sour cream and onion.
Because I cut off the English sour cream and onion.
Yeah.
Listen,
But-
I only knew that
I know it by
because
picture.
of the image.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why.
Color in the bag told us everything.
Yeah. 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 It's
The picture
it's
sold it
also
for me.
yes.
Yeah, highly recommend. Good choice.
Gourmet,
Gourmet.
aka the off-brand of the off-brand.
The off-brand of the off-brand.
Lovely.
The store
Yes.
brand.
Also-
Love.
It's also Canadian, so it would have to be French.
It literally does. Yes. Made in Canada.
Hey.
Fuck yeah. Everything's
you-
labeled with that now.
Dipping it in maple syrup.
Of course.
Moving on.
Excellent.
Yes.
All of you meet up at the smithy.
Yes.
Yes.
He's there. He's just working. The first approach will, of course, be Zahn because you're much, much closer.
Yes.
Mhm.
He's just.
Hi.
Clink, clink.
I feel like Zahn's just leaning against the wall.
Morning.
Evening, afternoon, morning. I don't know what time it is. Morning.
What?
We got the materials.
Of course you did.
And the wood piece too.
Good.
Didn't think good. Awesome. They're on their way. Do you want she'll pull out some watermelon? Watermelon?
I don't eat rabbit food.
They're fun to crush. Do you want to crush a watermelon?
You're weird.
I know I'm weird. Have you seen me?
Oh my god, Brad
At
would
least
get
you're
along
strong.
with this guy.
Got that going for you.
Yeah, at least there's that. Still don't want to teach me?
Nope, 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 nope. Conk.
No. Okay. Cool.
Are they close?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea where they went, or I just got told that they're coming here. Holds up a sending stone. I know. I'll go sit in the corner. Fine.
Hang on. Yeah,
Question.
you hear it. Under his breath, you just hear adventurers.
Question. How long does Zahn's mind link work? After
An
she's
hour.
Oh,
So
only an
much
hour.
length is his
Okay.
distance at this point.
Yeah.
No, once you establish it, it doesn't matter.
There's no limit on range?
No, it's the initial range.
Hmm.
And then after that, it lasts for an hour for them, and then it doesn't say anything after that.
I imagine it's
Yeah.
been longer than an hour. No.
He
So-
goes
The
back
walk
to
out
work.
there.
He goes back to work.
Cool. Zahn
Go ahead.
is going to sit at like one of his tables
Mm-hmm.
and just find like a little piece of metal and just like dink 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 dink.
Don't
Just try-
touch nothing.
It's she's gonna try and sit there doing nothing. She's gonna pull out her own python and another python and just dink 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 dink. I don't know. I don't know.
You hear his foot kind of as he steps on this wooden one of the billows.
Yep.
And just starts feeding the flame. Grabs the piece of metal he was working on. He's just working on a basic crucible. There's no shape to it, nothing. It's just making more shapes to be used later.
Zahn just holds her python and casts Produce Flame under it.
He is not paying attention to you.
She's gonna try and make the end sharper.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Do you have smithing tools?
No, she's using another python. She has nothing.
Roll a d20.
Oh my God.
Fuck yes. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
You know, in all honesty, I feel like the man is like he's not paying attention, but he is still paying
Oh,
attention.
that went so far.
And he's just like, this woman.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a natural 20.
Through sheer determination, you managed to sharpen 2 of your pythons.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Just holds
amazing.
them up like, fuck yeah. They
You
go
look
in her
over
belt.
and he has made the basic shape of a longsword.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's so cool, man.
Wham! Wham! Ding, ding, wham! Ding, ding, wham! There's a rhythm to it. It's almost musical.
And she seeing this now like sits back and just watches intently.
What language do you speak?
Oh.
Common, Druidic, Giant, Infernal, Quarry.
Never mind.
I know. Dwarvish. Brr.
No.
Oh.
Celestial.
Interesting. Oh yeah. Mm.
After some time, probably about 45 minutes to an hour, your party shows up.
Zahn
just as you finish the 2 pythons, you all turn the corner. You can see the frame of Zahn is like hugged over at one of these tables, and she just seems to be furiously working on something.
Yep. It's fine. Just like. Oh. Hi. They're here. They made it. Did
And
everything work out?
He kind of sets the crucible he's been working on at the edge of the flame, just enough to keep it warm. And he puts his hammer down on the anvil. All right, well,
Drac looks over to Doc and be like,
Doc,
this is
go
the guy?
walk. Trust me, he's good. He'll look to Red, who's holding this components for the spear. Red, if you would give him the materials.
he takes
will
the
be-
hammer and removes it from the anvil and uses the actual loop to hang it from the other end, so it's out of the way. He just pats the metal of the anvil.
Right. We only have the one piece. Just the one.
He's good at what he does. It's okay.
Right. Right. She puts it on the table, the anvil. And she kind of like backs away while staring at him intently.
Okay.
Have you explained what we need out of this? And she looks over to Doc.
Yes, he's read the instructions.
Right. Okay.
You see, he walks us over to the hearth, and he takes a pair of long tongs and picks up what he was working on and sets it aside. And he sets the tongs aside. You can see he puts his hand on the bricks, and he quickly moves his hand to the left. And for a brief second, Red, you catch on the brickwork a fast glow of celestial.
What's it say?
It says, "By my hand, you will be blessed, willing or not." And the flames turn silver.
Is it giving off like divine energy, the silver flames?
Doc would be grinning behind Red.
Well, I'm looking at just some stats real quick. Red, you'd be the only one to pick up on the fact that this individual, for the sheer amount of skill and divine blessing that appears to be in such a small space, it's crazy that it's like you're dragging them over a bed of nails. They're just so begrudgingly moving, like their body language, their motions. You're not sure what relationship this individual has with whatever deity is empowering him, but you get a sense it's definitely a one-way complex relationship. But at the same time, the sluggishness is not in his work, it's just in his demeanor. As he takes the spear and just plunges the head of it into the flames, slowly kind of turning it a bit here and there. You watch the span of, takes about 4 or 5 minutes. He manages to get it back to this strange, almost molten glass-like state. This is a crystal he's dealing with here. He brings it back to the anvil. He takes the hammer. As he picks it up, Drakix, Red, and Doc, you pick up on the fact that as he grabs the hammer, he taps it against the lower part of the anvil, and over the entire anvil, runes begin to light up in this white light. It is celestial. Those that can read celestial, you pick up on something, a couple of words. You don't get the whole thing. It's because it's very old. Altogether, one word. You get True Forge. You get the name of one of the deities, which is Civ Malum, who is the Warbringer. And most of it seems to be this strange binding language, planar binding. As he, Red, you watch as he lifts his hammer, and it's like he's about to strike this glass-like material. As he brings it down, do you do anything?
Gosh, okay. Should she do this? Hold on. Hold on, I'm about to rule see something. Okay, if we go high, she does it. It's low. You know what? No, she'd still do it anyway. I've made up my mind. She is going to try and wrap it in Phoenix Flame. The piece that he's working on.
Okay. You push this flame forward. The anvil itself brightens, and for a moment there's a little bubble around him and the anvil, and your flames just scatter across the surface of it.
Huh. Okay.
As he wham strikes it. It does not shatter. He turns it, raises the hammer, hits it again. Despite the fact that you are watching it being manipulated as if it is metal, it is still has this strange, like, almost like, how do I put this? Like molten glass to it. Like, it seems incredibly malleable. But as he hits it, nothing is making sense here as he's working this. So I'm now going to roll his skill check.
Goody.
Okay. Takes a hammer up. Wham! Molds it again. As you all are watching this, it becomes very apparent it's going to be a long process. Do you continue to watch and attempt to maybe give some sort of thought, aid, or would you wander away?
Track is going to stay and softly mutter, if you would like to also infuse more radiance or lightning, I can help with that. As he's not sure as to what the effects would have on it, but he's also not trying to distract them.
Yeah. That's the thing with Red, is she's really not trying to distract him, but she will stay just in case it looks like he needs help, which he probably won't, but
Okay.
she's protective of her tree.
I mean, Doc's aware this man's skill, having had that long conversation, understands the reasoning why he's doing this for us for free, and it's just gonna give the guy a space. He knows what he's doing. Maybe go for a walk or two around the block as he works.
As he's striking this red, as it gets closer to being the shape you expected, the braided haft, and then at the end of this, you watch as the size of the crystal, basically in its liquid form, has gone from this, has been compacted down to a spear-like shape, like this. And as he gets closer to being completed red, every hit, something within you like resonates.
Is it telling her to like reach out with her flame again, or is it just this is a thing she's feeling right now?
Give me an insight check. See if you can
I incite the branch.
work your way through this.
Yeah, insight the branch.
Yes.
Insight the branch.
Yeah, that's gonna be a reroll. Okay.
Okay.
That's also gonna be a reroll because it's the same exact number. Oh, come on. Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm just gonna plop a help dice on that. I've already... Okay, 16.
With a 16,
Yep.
you've had a sense of this before, not in this life.
Mm.
But something about what's being forged, it's threatened to your immortality.
Oh.
And let me kind of rephrase that. Not when I say your immortality, I don't mean like yours specifically. I
Right,
mean,
it is threatening to immortality in general.
This thing, when it's completed, whatever further steps there still are, will be able to kill a god.
Oh.
Or perhaps, to some effect, sever a divine line.
Right.
And as he gets closer to being finished, he does look at you and just nods over.
As in, like, come here?
Yeah.
She will. She's very cautious, but she does come over. Did you need something?
Do you have a dagger?
I do. She'll pull out the dagger that she's been trying to concentrate on.
You doing this or am I?
Do you need me to do? Oh. Do you need my blood? Is that what this is? Right. And she just slices open her palm.
Okay. As you do so, you realize the cut is not as extensive as the force you put into it. It's just enough to bleed, and the blood is pooled from your hand, almost as if a thin strand of crimson life, and it flows through the air. And then as he raises the hammer, you watch as it connects to the spearhead. He brings it down. Wham! Need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Right. Because I'm so good at those.
You're within 10 feet.
Oh wait, that's actually no, that's 25.
Okay, success. So you
Oh,
take 10
nice.
points of psychic damage.
Great, cool, lovely. Awesome.
As he
Damage.
hits, and that thread is completely severed from your body and yanked into the spear.
She makes a face. Like
And with that,
oof.
there is almost this kind of, you hear this kind of high-pitched sound.
What was that?
I don't pretend to know anything. Something about you's divine or different. I
Thank
just
you.
heard a whisper. Said it needed some of that.
Likely. Probably best for you if you don't know.
I hate knowing. And he hangs the hammer up, and all the runes on the forge die down. He just sets his hand over on the hearth, swipes his hand in reverse, and the flames return to red. And he just picks up the spear, turns it over in hand, and hands it to you.
Right. Are we gonna get an uncanny feeling of her grasping her soul when she takes this?
Take it.
Yep, she will. She's holding it very gingerly, but also wildly curiously.
Imagine holding a piece of wire
Uh-huh.
that is barbed. But instead of being barbed like every 6 inches,
Mhm.
it's just stacked side by 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 side. Almost as if
Like-
you grip this too hard, it would hurt you.
Is it like serrated almost in that sense? Or is it
That's how
just
it feels in her grasp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Physically, it appears just as smooth as braided wood would look. But something about the first few steps of infusing and making this relic, it is a threat to your divinity.
Right. Well, I can tell the work was good. Thank you.
Hmm.
She's gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
She's also gonna try not to outwardly show any signs of discomfort, but she's incredibly uncomfortable holding this thing.
Okay. Y'all head out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
do we owe
Uh,
him anything for that?
Yeah.
Nope.
You owe me the view of your backs.
You
Does
know.
Yes, sir.
Does he look okay?
No.
Doesn't look okay?
Make a perception check.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay, alright, fine.
Yeah.
Those of you curious.
Yeah, she would be.
Okay.
Come on, don't give me a shit roll.
15?
Woof!
15.
My god.
15. He just looks tired to use on.
Yeah.
Red, what'd you get?
It'd be a nat 20 for a 28.
It's always difficult to tell with those races that are long-lived, but thankfully dwarves aren't immortal, just long-lived. Looking at him, he looks about 20 years older.
Oh, shit. Right. Can one of you put this in the bag? I'll...
Doc, come over and take it. I'll take it.
Right, thank you.
Doc, do you take the sphere?
Yeah.
You get the same exact sensation.
Cool.
Lovely. We're all gonna be immortal before this is over.
I'm only technically immortal right now.
That's fair. How much she
Despite the
walks
fact
over
you are
back
wearing
over to
living gloves, you
Yeah.
feel like you're barehanded holding a razor wire.
Okay. Carefully put it into the bag of holding.
Okay.
She does walk back over to the guy and it's like, are you certain you want nothing further? You look like this took quite a bit out of you.
Every time.
Every time. Is it just making things of divinity, or is it every forging of everything?
Just things that change fate.
Do that.
What was that?
How many times have you had to do that? Forge things that change fate.
He has an answer. He grabs his mug, just takes a drink.
You wouldn't have happened to have made a box at any point, would you? It's actually kind of important. I mean, I can tell you why it's important. But as I said earlier, the less knowledge, probably the better. But if I have to tell you, I will.
Less is better.
Right, so, did you ever make the box? Is there like a hint of recognition in his eyes or anything?
He's very stone-faced.
Dang it. Right, so based on your response, I'll take that as a yes. Or your lack of response. I don't even know what questions to ask right now, which is odd.
Good.
I'm sure you won't give
I
me
don't
any
make a
answers
habit
either
of
way.
Answering questions.
Right. That's what I figured.
In her head, she hears, yeah, he's always been very grumpy. I don't... You'll get anything.
Did you give her the ability to speak back?
Yeah.
Okay. So, back in the head, I'm also grumpy. I know how to handle it.
Not
This is
this
not-
kind
this
of
is-
grumpy.
This is now a stare down to the stubbornness.
Right. If I told you it was a life or death situation, would you give me answers about the box then? Like, all of life.
He kind of looks around a bit. He walks to the front of his stall, undoes a bit of rope,
Mm-hmm.
and pulls a curtain across where there is no third wall or fourth wall. He's been working out of a three-walled building.
Mhm.
Right.
And then he walks back to the anvil, reaches underneath like the box it's sitting on, like it looks like it's just like a wooden shape it's sitting on. Red, you watch as he opens up a secret compartment, pulls out two little wooden mugs, tunk, tunk,
Uh-huh.
and an unnamed amber bottle. Clunk.
Yep.
He takes a seat. Clink. You want an answer? Cost one of these.
Fun. Is there like a chair she can sit in, or is she just
There's
like
some- there's
walking
just
up
like
to
a
stand
small
there?
stool you can drag over.
Oh yeah, she drags the stool over,
Okay.
probably making as much noise as she possibly can.
Okay.
Yep. And she will.
At this point, he's also like politely, rudely shoved all of you out.
Oh jeez. Okay.
Sounds just like the mind link is still active. Don't worry, I'm here. Scream if you need help.
As you reach out, you find you have no connection.
Oh
And all
I
of
don't
you
like
also
this.
notice no sound is leaving the space.
Oh, that's
shit.
So he takes the first one,
She'll pick up hers.
wham! Kicks it back.
She will kick it back as quickly as possible, trying not to taste any of it.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Right. I
You
assume
don't
I
get
don't
my
get that
bonus.
+4.
I'm too
Yeah.
far.
Got it. Constitution save. Let's go.
That's actually why he puts everyone away, so you don't get the +4.
He realized. He said, "Oh hell no."
That's a dirty 20.
That is barely a success. Keep
But
these
it's still a
words in mind.
success.
Remember,
Uh-huh.
this is-
Okay.
This is
You got
dwarven
it.
stuff you're
You-
talking about.
Take it and it's like you're fire resistant. This is liquid flame.
Yes.
This is Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey kicked up to the nth degree and the knob ripped off. That's one question.
One question. Oh, know what to ask.
One question per drink.
Right? Yes.
Yep.
Y'all gonna be carrying Red home, just FYI.
We figured.
Moment that Drac saw the bottle, the cups, he already looked at Zon. It's like, I'll carry her this time.
You sure?
Yes.
We're not that heavy. Come on.
No, I'm not saying the fact that you're heavy. I'm just trying to be nice to you all and saying the
Oh
fact
no,
that I'm
it was
gonna carry.
Zon saying, "Are you sure about that?"
Alright.
It wasn't in the heavy sense. It's more of you want to deal with her when she's drunk. Okay.
As we wait, Doc would just pull out his cards and start playing solitaire.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Drac is already like pulling out a set of cards, putting like a coin, like finding a little table, putting it down. 3 cards, coins. Like, anybody want to play?
Zon sits down.
Doc
So
says,
try to
"Not
answer.
All right.
Is the box meant to hold specifically the Phoenix and the Everhunger? Or is there a way to swap out an equally immortal, well, maybe not equally immortal. Would it work the same if there was another immortal in the box instead of the Phoenix?
I'm not exactly too keen on the glyphs that went into it, but from what I gathered, it just acts as a converter. Just hope whatever you put in there has the strength to be replaced.
Probably not. A vampire probably wouldn't work. Right. Next one?
Cow!
She chokes it down.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Right, okay.
DC goes up by 1. Or 2.
Probably. Ooh, good God save. Let's go. Oh no.
D4.
We're gonna put a D4 on that. Don't give me a shitty one, please. Oh, good. It's a 21.
That is a success.
Oh, good. Okay. Is there a way into the box without exposing yourself to the ever hunger? Like if we were to try and kill the ever hunger, would we all be exposed to it, or
Kill it.
well, you saw what we just.
You think that's gonna be enough?
I mean, I felt
But-
what it.
You make enough. Maybe 3 of them. You could
Yeah,
probably
fine.
contain it somewhere else. Not in such a material sized plane.
3 spears.
Yeah. Seems they can definitely cut and wound divinity. But that thing, it ain't divine. It's something else. But again, you get 3 of them, maybe 4 for good insurance. You could probably
Good to
cut it
know.
off. Store it in something else for a good while.
Right, but not a permanent solution.
Hang on, Brandon has to think shapes.
Okay.
Get this man
That's-
a crayon.
He hasn't eaten his
Yeah.
crayons for the day.
Yeah.
Need more crayons.
Brandon needs to think for
You
shapes.
see, he's there, kind of thinking for a moment. Probably 3.
Right.
You might be able to fit him in one of those boxes.
He's already in a box, though.
No, he's in the
No.
shell.
He's in the shell. Right. The shell. Another.
Make Constitution saving throw.
Damn. Brandon, you're killing me. All right.
You're
Well,
killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Come on, give me a good roll. Don't be shitty to me, dice. 20. Do I have any d4s left?
I think you have 1 left.
You have 1.
Do I have
Yeah.
1. Okay, we're gonna slap a d4 on it. Don't give me a shitty roll. Stop it with the ones. Okay, 23.
success.
Oh, okay, very good. um, right, so
This is why we're called Player Hater Gaming. Brandon likes to give us trauma.
Mhm. We're the players, he's the hater, and we're gaming.
So, what can you tell me about the shell? Like, where is it? Is the phoenix also in the shell, or just in the? How did the shell and the box correlate? What is?
As a GM, I'm going to retract that question. because I feel
Dang
I
it.
have failed you in explaining things.
Okay.
So I will give you a free answer, basically.
Okay.
The Everhunger, from
Mhm.
what you guys have figured out, this is not free
Right.
knowledge. I'm just reminder knowledge, basically.
Right.
He is on the material plane.
Okay.
He's basically on the planet's surface.
Okay.
The sphere is just above the planet's surface. Think like the lowest level of clouds.
Got it.
So what is that, like 800 to 1,000 feet?
Roughly,
Really,
yeah.
Roughly.
Let's just go with
Yeah.
800 feet, okay?
Okay.
So the sphere is 800 feet above the planet's surface. That's the shell. And then
Okay.
moving constantly, merged into the shell are the 3 boxes.
Oh.
So basically, he's been consuming the planet and stuck there because he broke out from somewhere in the material plane on the planet. And then in the chaos of him releasing himself, it took time to even get his full form out of there. So that's how you had the few months to a year to scramble to get the
Get
islands
that
raised
shell.
and make
Okay.
the new barrier.
Okay, but 3 boxes, one of which is the Phoenix, and I'm assuming the other 2 are the Dragon and the Djinn.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
You have a free question. Use it.
I know, I'm thinking
wisely.
thinking so hard right now. What do
Listen,
I
one
need
has
to
to
know
think-
about this box?
One had to think in shapes, now the other one has to think in words.
Yes, normally words are my jam, but right now, so 3 spears could put him in a box?
he just kind of grabs another very small tool box that's holding small hammers, precision tools. He just fucking dunks it out and sets it on the anvil, and he drives a spike through and through 1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3, and it hits all 6
Oh.
sides of the cube.
Okay. Right, put him in the box. Then the spears through the box. And then presumably the Djinn and the Dragon and the Phoenix would be free. Well, just means we need to get more of. Would you be willing to forge the others if we got more materials?
Clink.
Even I knew that was coming.
It wasn't a question about the box, though.
Doesn't matter.
It was a question.
Listen, he didn't say questions about the box or a drink. He said questions
You ask your
or a
question.
drink.
Yeah.
We're in a really good roleplay moment right now. I love this.
Yeah.
You ask your
Yep.
question. He
Mhm.
pours the drink. Do you rethink your question, or are you just going to go for it?
No, she's going for it. Nope.
Okay.
No. Rethink it.
Oh yeah, no, cool. Excellent. That's a 14.
Oh, nix.
I know. She goes,
You can't sorcery point reroll saving throws.
not a save.
Okay, that's why.
Oh,
Okay. You take the shot and set it down. Go to ask your question, and that's the end of the story for you.
She just
The curtain opens up. The dwarf just is dragging her by her shirt collar, and very politely, in his own manner, just drops her at Drax's feet.
But
Drac is gonna
she
turn
took
to
the
him.
drink, so she needs the answer.
Drac is gonna turn to him and be like, "If I have one question,
He's...
can I ask it?" And he's asking this politely, and yet also low enough just for him to hear.
Make a persuasion check.
Dark precipitation smelling salts into Red's face.
17?
17.
Drac walks in and just pulls the clothes behind him. Curtain is closed behind him.
Clink.
And he's just gonna, as he takes the glass,
Mhm.
if you know the location of the dragon and the djinn, can you share that with me? And he drinks it.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
People.
I'm rolling a d4. That is a 23.
Ooh.
Take the shot. I don't know it, but I'd imagine a party as resourceful as yours would be able to find a way to locate such objects.
Just
Smart ass
wanted an
motherfucker, I
idea
love
of where
him.
to go. And he's gonna get up. He's gonna offer his hand. He's just gonna say thank you.
He takes the two mugs, links them together, puts them back underneath, closes it, looks at your hand, looks at you. Are you sure about your path?
And he's gonna gently grin. Somebody who's been on the line already. This is just another day for me. Whatever makes sure that they come home at the end of the day one piece, that is my path.
And he opens the curtain.
He's not gonna say anything else. He's just gonna walk out, gently pick her up if she's not ready, if she's not up off the floor already, and just start.
He's out.
Yeah, and he's just gonna carry her.
Okay. All right.
I guess I probably should have mentioned that he's also like me, brought back by God, so he holds a bit of a grudge with that.
Mm-hmm. That's just one Drac didn't ask about the gods or anything. He just asked what he did.
With this opportunity presented to you, Levikazan, and a currently completely passed out Red, are you going to take this opportunity to take a little bit of a swing by a certain shop?
If it's not too far out of the way.
It's not too far out of the way.
It's not too far out of the way.
Nah, it's not too far out of the way.
I'll meet you guys back at home. Or at the temple, technically. That's where we're staying. Dragging a
with you.
drunk Red into the temple.
I think she's past the point of drunk at this point.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. How many was that? 4?
Um,
5?
that was the fourth one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it started at 20. Then went to
Mhm.
21, 22, 23.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep. Okay. She barely passed all of them except the last one.
Yeah.
She has a +9 to her save, by the way.
Better than Zahn's.
mm-hmm.
Yep. Her
Yep.
charisma save and her con
You
save.
swing by
are-
that particular shop.
Yes.
You see the shop owner. She's there. She's smiling. And she hands you a long, wrapped in a simple brown paper shape.
It's ready? I thought it was supposed to be ready tomorrow. Get it done faster so then I'll come back for more things. I like the way you think.
I may or may not have taken a chance and closed the shop for a day. It seems like it'll pay off eventually.
I appreciate that.
Of course. And the only remaining matter is settling the remaining prices.
The
Doc came with her for that purpose.
That's right. I thought
Doc,
we had
is,
paid in
Doc is
full.
already on like one corner counting out the coins.
I thought we had already paid in full.
We
Thought
paid
it-
like 2/3 of it.
You paid an upfront payment. This way, it was you didn't pay. I know you didn't pay in full because there's always a risk she could have just scammed you.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Da-
yeah, Doc would take the bag of holding and pull out the money.
Gotcha. Go ahead and reduce that amount from the total.
Total amount was 3,000, right?
I believe you talked her down to 3,000 because that's definitely not the price. That's
Yeah.
I looked it up to make sure, but you talked her
Yeah.
down to 3,000.
Yeah, because we
Yes.
paid 1,500, I believe, on the initial.
Yeah,
payment.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
It's already
So now we're out of platinum. Got it.
It's done.
it's already gift wrapped and everything.
Amazing. She just example. Yes. Now she doesn't need it, but now it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. She can
She
fly.
still
It's
could
fine.
use it.
You can't
Yeah.
permanently fly like she can with this.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. Alrighty.
All right,
Let's head back.
you head back. Red, you are out till morning.
Sweet.
Best sleep of your fucking life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No scary dreams of the box, please.
Nope.
Not even a
Basically,
dream.
you're at the point to where you reached in your own brain and you turned off the record button.
Yes. Such good sleep. Cass jumps on her at some point during the night. She just doesn't wake up.
Nope.
You might
No
have a
light.
bruise on your ribs in the morning.
Right.
But with that, and being this close to closing down, my final question before I go into the next scene: is there anything else to accomplish before we finish off your adventures here on this island?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Next morning comes. Oh, go ahead.
The Doc will learn non-detection from the scroll Eva has.
Okay. Good.
We can do that.
Go ahead and reduce that amount from the paper and ink you have, however you want to split it.
3rd level, right? So that's going to be 200 gold? That's the last of my paper and ink, I think.
If you want to resupply, you don't have to ask me about it. Just say, hey, Brandon, I'm buying this much paper and ink for arcane purposes.
How much money do we have in the party funds, Dragons?
We have 12 platinum, 444 gold, and 3,994 platinum, silver.
We don't have a lot of money left, you
No,
guys.
no.
Would you be okay if I take 300 gold worth?
That's fine.
Zahn will put 239 gold back.
All right. I'll resupply 300 gold worth of ink and paper, and then that'll be it.
Oh, you also have your weapons. You have
Yeah.
the weapons
Oh,
and the
yeah.
armor.
Yeah, pick them up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already been paid
Do
for.
you
So
take the time to cast
So-
Identify on them?
Yes.
Okay.
Before we get into the details of this,
Mhm,
with us giving the rest of the armor and the other weapons,
mhm.
does that cancel out us having to pay for? Okay, so take that money back.
oh, that was
1,600 a piece, so 3,200.
so 320 platinum. Never mind.
Yes.
On the side, I've just
So
been
I'm
rolling
keeping-
how quality of an item she can
Awesome.
simplify out of it.
Perfect.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes. I think.
Okay. You get the great axe. You get the armor. Curiosity gets the better of you.
Mhm.
And either from prying eyes as a surprise, or maybe just in open view, you cast Identify on these two objects.
Dark will try to surprise them with it.
Okay. So, Zahn, flip a coin.
I have coins. We don't have pennies here.
Just roll a
There
d4.
are
1 and
Canadian
2 are
pennies.
tails, 3 and 4 is heads.
No, we don't have pennies anymore.
Days
Anywho,
in a while.
1 to 10 is the heads.
Okay.
12. So tails.
Tails, okay.
As you cast Identify on this item, Doc, the first thing that comes to your mind is its name. Celestial Cleaver.
Ooh.
All right.
It deals 1d12 plus strength damage. And also 2d6 radiant damage. Divine Charge. If you move 30 feet in a straight line, you can make a melee attack with this weapon. If you hit, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone and momentarily blinded by divine light. The
Nice.
DC is 8 plus proficiency bonus plus strength bonus. And they're blinded until the end of their next turn. You can use this ability once per day.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The plate mail. Full plate.
Mhm.
Aegeus of the Last Dawn. Most plate mail is 18. This is 19.
Oh.
Both of these items require attunement, and I'll make these in homebrew so you guys can find them and attach them and use them later on.
Mm.
Once attuned, you gain resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage from non-magical sources. You have advantage on charisma intimidation checks made to protect or defend others. Additionally, hostile creatures within 10 feet of you have disadvantage on saving throws against being frightened. Pulse of the Dawn, once per day. As a bonus action, the armor emits a pulse of radiant light. Each hostile undead creature within 15 feet must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or immediately take 4d6 radiant damage. You gain temporary hit points equal to half the damage dealt.
Is that across all the creatures? So you add up how much damage you did to everybody and then have that?
No,
Or is
just
it like
whatever damage you rolled for the pulse,
for the pulse? Okay.
and then half that.
Yeah.
welcome to hand those out as you see fit. But as the next few days pass, you watch as the beds that have been for many days now sitting out on the docks, just waiting to be hauled on board, are finally hauled on board. Eventually, you see a new crew come in. And immediately you realize it's either the wives and the sisters of those that were working, putting the walls up, as they're carrying linens, pillows, things like that. And they make sure that the beds are well made. Everything's clean, sawdust is swept out, everything is ready. Then slowly, throughout the next morning, your crew begins to arrive. First, of course, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, in his best pressed, freshly bought uniform. His bag already thrown into the captain's quarters next to Drakix. Galen.
Yep.
Smiling, pearl whites, stark white hair are against his blue skin of the Genasi he is, arms crossed, standing at the top of the deck, looking at
Drakix in
Drakix.
his new armor.
Yeah.
Because Doc would have given them out.
Well, I know
Two,
typically
everyone.
you sleep in late, Captain, but come on, this is the day we're shipping out. Let's go.
Drac looks at him for a moment,
And he's just holding a cup of coffee.
and he's just like, "We need shark bait." And I hear blue skins are great for that.
Oh, funny. Come on,
He
let's
just
go.
pats him. He just pats him on the shoulder and follows him in.
Eventually, Rugwin, Corina, Forestrix, Bjorjik, Antha, Samora, Elias, Grev, Wern, Trinket, and Zarix all show up.
Doc will pull Drax to the side before he talks to the rest of the crew. Probably should explain to them about our skeletal friend and what he'll be doing on board ship.
When we're away, because don't want guards or anybody else coming after us, because holy hell, we're attacking the crew.
It is illegal, so it's not a problem.
Yes, but one person thinks of it as wrong, and then we have a. Yeah, we'll just wait a little bit and then inform them all.
Okay, I'll keep him in the bag of holding till then.
Mm-hmm.
And just so everyone knows, I have been removing a 3rd level spell slot daily for him.
Mm-hmm.
just to keep track.
Supplies are delivered, loaded. The crews arrive. There's camaraderie level bickering about who gets top or bottom bunk.
Drac just looks over and just goes, "If you can't decide, he chooses for you," and points to Galen.
Bosun.
One of them's like, "You really are the first mate here? Oh my gosh, we're doomed." And he's like laughing while he's saying it.
He just looks over and he just goes, "Already giving yourself a bad name to everybody I see. Just what I
It's-
expect."
Not my fault that he gave me a bad map. And he crosses his arms.
Mm-hmm.
As this goes on, all of you hear the telltale signs of the gangplank being pulled in. The crew is fast at work without much of a couple of orders. None of you have to do anything now. You are allowed to be true owners and just non-essential crew, basically, as they are moving around, rigging, getting sails ready. And then eventually, as the crew is beginning to gather on the
There's a
main of the
random
ship.
child running in between all their shit,
Yeah.
stealing all the little trinkets.
And she's helping too occasionally. It's like, no, you're supposed to do it this way.
Eventually, as everything is happening, all the crew members kind of look to the core of the cursed crew, and then Drakix, all eyes gently settle on you. As Galen kind of steps up and slams a hat you weren't aware he bought. Puts it on your head. Circles in front of you. And smiles. Well, Captain, what's our heading? And we'll end the scene.
He's going.
We'll send it. Nope, we're gonna end it there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bam, ends.
Bam,
Done.
done.
I
Cue
love
Pirates
that.
of the Caribbean theme. Bum bum ba dun 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 dun. Great
I love that.
session, incredible chapter, incredible survival.
Yes.
Everybody level up.
Hey, let's go.
Hey,
no.
yo! Hey,
Now,
yo!
important question once again. Which way for those of us who are multi-class to go?
Which
I
way
should not
do
have
you go?
multi-classed.
I get an ASI either way.
I'm the only, me and Red are the only two non-multi-classes, right?
Look,
Yeah.
I used to be. I don't know if it's worth it anymore, you guys.
Remember, if you're regretting your choices, you can always let me know and we'll figure it out.
You know, we'll probably be talking. We'll
Listen,
see.
I'm still regretting putting Mage Slayer as a feat because I have never been able to use it.
You never
Promise.
know.
It is going to be
No.
prevalent.
I know. This is why it's like I want to, but I'm gonna keep it regardless.
I
All right.
missed this notification. Locked On Gaming. Thank you for the Prime sub. We really appreciate it. Thanks, bud.
Woo.
Thank you, Galaxy.
Sorry I missed you when it happened.
Wait, that's Galaxy?
That's
Oh.
Galaxy.
Hey, bud. What's up?
6
That's
level
why he was
spells
picking
unlocked.
on me.
Look, you have many friends.
Oh,
that
in all
pick on you,
honesty,
me
I thought they
included.
were picking on you just to pick on you.
Look.
Hey, bud. Oh boy.
Well, I'm going to let this lovely table decide what their level ups. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And before we let you go, just let you know that we love you very much. You are loved very much. And if you're going to go hang out with friends and you're going to be a family, playing some games, remember, always bring your snacks. Good night, everybody.